Yeah, take care.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I'd like to call to order the Shandaken Town Board meeting for the month of April 2017. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Board Member Hall here. Board Member Driscoll.
Here.
Board Member Moore.
Here.
Board Member Schwartz. Here. Supervisor Sanders.
Here. Volume on one? I entertain a motion to approve the previous town board meeting minutes. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Supervisor's financial report, March 2017. Time Warner fees, $17,977.96. Police fees, $30. Ambulance fees, $3,320.47. Town clerk, $118.16. Cell tower, $945.28. Justice fees, $8,714. Planning fees, $100. Building permit fees, $2,605. Dog licenses, $15.50. Ulster County sales tax, $35,379.07. Highway, $235,102.30. Comp reimbursement, $8,097.36. And Phoenicia Water, $217 for a total of $312,622.10. Communications, to be honest with you, I was at a seminar up in Andes all day and I did not have time. I was in and out with sickness last week as well. So I did not have time to put some comments together. But you'll notice by the resolutions tonight, we have a number of people that are changing offices. Most notably, again, I'd like to congratulate Sue Christiana on her retirement. She has now left the Highway Department and the Water District Departments. So Kara Grant, who was working in Joyce's office as the Deputy Clerk, will now be moving into the Highway Department to fulfill those duties for Eric. Lynn Stewart, who put in an application for the jobs as they were, is going to be moving in. She lives up on Broad Street Hollow. She will be moving into the Phoenicia Water bookkeeper and billing clerk position, as well as the Pine Hill Water billing clerk position. And we look forward to these ladies and helping them get on their feet and helping them run the town. We have a police purchase. We have a vehicle that is at 170-something thousand miles where we're contractually obligated to replace the vehicle. Technically at 135, but we've extended to 150 on a number of occasions. But the vehicle is due for replacement, so we're replacing that vehicle with a new 2017 Ford Interceptor. And I guess we're going to do a little swing to vehicles and still maintain some of those vehicles, because I heard even though A4's got mileage, it's the water pump, but the undercarriage is still pretty decent, so we'll still have that vehicle running. And in other news, the last two little tidbits. One, next month's meeting, Timmy will have to run. I have to do some surgery, which is going to shut me up for about a week. It's going to kill me. But, so I'm having a polyp removed from my vocal cord. So I'm going to be quiet at next month's meeting. So everybody can enjoy that for a moment when it comes. And lastly, I'm saddened to say that Patty Hines, who has worked in the town supervisor's office for more than 23 years, she's served at the pleasure of 6 different town supervisors over her tenure here. She will be retiring from my office on May 5th. She will be sticking around though, staying in Joyce's office to help out. Look at, I see the lovely. Look at my friend.
We welcome her with open arms.
She is, yeah.
We love her.
I just want to say, Patty, you know, again, everybody's got their comments on Patty, and I love that I've known her for a long, long time. She is a definitive asset for this town hall. There are a lot of things that we wouldn't have been able to get through without her assistance over the many, many years, and I'm sure previous supervisors can tell you the same thing. We're glad that she's going to continue on in some capacity with the town hall, but we're sorry to see her go out of my office. So, God bless her. In that, I have no other comments on departments or anything?
Yes.
I'm sure you have.
Okay, in case you don't know it, we've been doing it for a long time now, so please stop calling my office and complaining. But the open burning ban is now in effect until May 14th. No brush burning, according to New York State DEC law, and they've done this since 2009, and since that time, forest fires have dropped by 35%. So we're really for this, and they're very strict. You can have contained campfires. They're allowed as long as you have water and tools nearby. May 15th, you can burn, but you'll need a free burning permit, which is available at my office. And upcoming events, the annual Easter egg hunt is Saturday, April 15th, 11 a.m. sharp at the Parish Field. It's sponsored by the M.F. Whitney Hose Company. And the Phoenicia United Methodist Church is having an Easter cookie walk benefit. And if you want to donate cookies by Friday for this, any funds they raise are for the church, contact Doris Nieves at 688-5971. And there will be a postcard show at the Shandaken Museum in Pine Hill on April 30th, 1 to 4. And the annual Boy Scout Penny Social is Saturday, April 29th at the Parish Hall, and the doors open at 5:30. And our new newsletters should be coming out in about a week or two. You can get these at the stores, the libraries, in our office, and it'll give you all the events that are coming up for spring and early summer. And that's it.
I've got one announcement.
Yes.
Is this on? I'm happy to say that we were able to get Weight Watchers at the Emerson. Agree to have meetings there. So tomorrow night, starting I believe at 6:30, the first meeting will be held. It'll be weekly. And anybody interested is 688-2828. Just call Liz. So it's a good asset. No one has to travel to Kingston or Margaretville anymore.
Why do you keep looking at me?
Sorry.
You're nervous. Everybody's just on me today. What's this time?
All those awards you're winning.
Yeah.
Now you can be held to it.
Anybody else have any other communications? Okay, with that, we'll move on to committee reports. Deputy Chief Muller.
Good evening, and again, pardon my appearance. They ran out of the extra fabric. It's all on back.
I heard there's a Weight Watchers leave.
I heard that too. You want to go? It would be awesome. That completely threw me off. My apologies. So, the March report for the town of Shandaken ambulance. Thank you. Calls received 38. Mutual aid was given twice. Mutual aid was not received. As the warmer months approach, we find ourselves spending less time at the ski slope and more time near the water. If you're anything like me or Councilman Malloy, you tend to gravitate towards the streams for almost ceremonial first casts. When doing so, just be mindful of hidden pitfalls, such as undercut banks, soft shorelines, and large debris that can be dangerous to fishermen and fisherwomen. Arm yourselves with a few basics. Proper footwear is a big one. A wading belt to keep water out of your waders, which in turn will drag you under if you fall. A wading staff to check for soft bottom or holes. And a whistle, as not only is it nice to have in case you get in trouble, but also our big fuzzy buddies that just woke up out of a sound sleep don't like the sound of one. So if rains are in the forecast, like tomorrow, probably not a good day to go fishing because the levels of the water rise quickly. And bring a buddy. After all, you're going to need somebody to witness all the big fish you're going to catch, right? So tight lines and stay safe. And I'd like to thank Sue and Patty. Thanks for your service. You guys are angels. They've helped out the ambulance quite a bit. So take care.
True story.
I don't have a fabric issue.
Like my original uniform from 20 years ago.
Oh, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. All right, so we handled 135 calls for service, 16 tickets, and 3 arrests for the month. And like Rob said, we are replacing the car. It's got 170,000 miles on it. Some pretty severe mechanical work needs to be done to it, so that's what we're going to try and just replace it instead. We can keep it around if need be. It's up to you, or we'll explore some other options.
Is there any trade-in value on it?
Possibly.
Possible.
Yeah, so the problem is that the vehicle that I'm driving, Glenn never wants to see in that garage ever again. It's just it's going to fall apart one day. So I think there's a jockeying of vehicles that's going to go on between a couple of departments. And well, we'll probably keep in mind is like cars, we have 2 of those similar vehicles, your cheap vehicle and the gold car.
Yeah, it's gonna have some frame issues too, I'm sure.
Just keep it collegiate, yeah. We should water.
Good evening. I just asked Rick if he's had any leaking pipes lately, and he got all nervous and upset, as you can see. But we're in pretty good shape this week. Next week, on the 12th, we're going to commence or recommence mapping the system. So hopefully we can finish it next week, which would be great. Because up until now, we really have no map of the water system, which just seems altogether crazy, but that's the truth. Next meeting is on the 19th, which is a Wednesday. Thanks.
Very good, thank you. Pine Hill Water, nobody's here. I do know that they are applying for funding for some source work, continued source work up in the springs, as well as there's a technical issue with a line going over a bridge where we believe it's being air trapped, and we've got to figure out something. So the engineers are already working with Donnie on that. Candace Bomber is again assisting that water district in looking for funding, so we'll have more on that hopefully next month. Museum?
Yeah, Rich was planning on being here, but at today's meeting, we talked about the upcoming postcard show, which is Sunday the 30th in the afternoon, 1 to 4. They were able to purchase a slide projector so they can do a slideshow. And they're working with the Phoenicia Library on a grant. Basically that meeting today.
Oh, good. Did you have that on your calendar, Vince?
What's that?
Wednesday, April 26th. Check your calendar. I think that's the correct date. At the Zephyr Restaurant, the Pine Hill.
Fundraiser, Pine Hill. It's
Pine
on the
Hill
website,
Memorial
yeah.
Library is
I
having a
have it on
fundraiser.
Yep.
6:30, I believe.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Joyce will have the information.
Yeah,
on
you can
it.
get
That's
reservations
coming
at
up
the
at the end of
Cole Library and
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
the month.
Oh, well, you can't be talking then.
More things.
Or eating.
I'm trying to book all my meetings that week so I can just sit there with like an index card. Recreation, there's no report. Aaron Bennett was going to be here tonight to report on the Little League. He did shoot me an email and stated that.
He's actually up working on the field right now.
Oh, is he? Okay. So, because of the maintenance of the field and the condition of the field and just the appeal to baseball with the young kids, it sounds like Shandaken almost added 2 teams to this year's Little League. I think they stuck with just one for now, and they'll see where it goes.
Practice starts tomorrow night.
Yeah, so they're adding, and they're getting ready to go. There is a project that's on the slate for moving the, whether you realize it or not, the scoreboard that's in that field is actually in the outfield. So we need to move that beyond the fence to the outfield, because right now they do, I think it's just a home run double if they, right? Home run double?
Yeah.
If they hit scoreboard. So we gotta get it out of there so the kids can actually get a home run. Maybe once.
And the electric needs to be fixed, but
The
that's,
electric-
once we move it,
Yeah,
the
the
electric won't be.
lights are, you saw that even?
No, I wasn't there.
The bulbs.
I thought they got that,
It's called an email.
I thought they dealt with that last year.
No. So,
So you have to email.
No, we dealt with
so
the.
it's on you.
Not the lights.
And this year, I was gonna put out the lights in the park also, Rob.
What's that?
To save money, they're gonna, Doug's gonna put halogen lights.
Oh,
To
yeah.
save money, yeah, get rid of those.
So with that, we'll move to public comments and resolutions. No comment on the resolution, Rick?
Oh, no, no.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Well, when can we comment on otherwise?
Never. Comments, used up your comments already.
Tomorrow.
Okay, Matt, come back in May.
We got a couple of things we need to say.
All right, you ready to go?
Yeah. Resolution 7317, whereas the Department of Audit and Control required the town boards to sign and inspect all vouchers coming into the town for payment, the number and total amounts from each fund. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board authorize the following vouchers paid. From general, $56,495.06. From highway, $50,998.95. From Phoenicia Water, $4,694.44. Pine Hill Water, $1,534.14. Phoenicia Lights, $1,038.52. Chichester Lights, $150.01. Pine Hill Lights, $596.15, for a grand total of $115,507.27.
I'll second that.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storm?
Yes.
Supervisor Dent?
Yes.
Resolution 7417, Highway Superintendent Secretary. Whereas under Section 29, subsection 15 of the town law, the town board may authorize the supervisor to make a designation for the position of full-time secretary to the highway superintendent. Therefore, it be resolved that the town board approve the appointment of Kara Grant to serve at the pleasure of the highway superintendent and receive $11 per hour when discharging the duties of said office. And I move its adoption.
I'll second.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storm?
Yes.
Supervisor Dent?
Yes. Resolution 7517, Phoenicia Water District Bookkeeper Billing Clerk. Whereas under Section 29, subsection 15 of the town law, the town board may authorize the supervisor to make a designation for the position of Phoenicia Water District Bookkeeper Billing Clerk. Therefore, be it resolved, the town board approve the appointment of Lynn Stewart to serve at the pleasure of the Phoenicia Water District Superintendent and receive $11 per hour when discharging the duties of said office, and move its adoption.
I'll second.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storm?
Yes.
Supervisor Dent?
Resolution 76-17, Pine Hill Water District Billing Clerk. Whereas under section 29 subsection 15 of the town law, the town board may authorize the supervisor to make a designation for the position of Pine Hill Water District Billing Clerk. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board approve the appointment of Lynn Stewart to serve at the pleasure of the Pine Hill Water District Superintendent and receive $11 per hour when discharging the duties of said office. I move its adoption.
I'll second that.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storm?
Yes.
Supervisor Dent?
Yes.
Resolution 7717, Parkinson's Awareness Month Proclamation. Whereas Parkinson's disease is a progressive neurological movement disorder of the central nervous system, which has a unique impact on each patient. Whereas, according to the Parkinson's Action Network, the Parkinson's Disease Foundation, the American Parkinson's Disease Association, and the National Institute of Health, there are over 1 million Americans diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. And whereas symptoms include slowness, tremors, difficulty with balance and speaking, rigidity, cognitive and memory problems, and whereas although new medications and therapies may enhance life for some time for people with Parkinson's, more work is needed for a cure. And whereas increased education and research are needed to help find more effective treatments with fewer side effects and ultimately a cure for Parkinson's disease, and whereas a multidisciplinary approach to Parkinson's disease care includes local wellness, support, and caregivers group, and whereas April has been proclaimed as Worldwide Parkinson's Awareness Month for all to recognize the need for more research and help in dealing with the devastating effects of Parkinson's disease. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board does hereby proclaim April 2017 as Parkinson's Awareness Month in the Town of Shandaken and moves its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeSclafani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Sanders?
Resolution 7817, resolution authorizing waiver of 30-day notification required by the New York State Liquor Authority. Whereas Catskill Crown LLC, 288 Main Street, Pine Hill, New York, has applied for a liquor license, and whereas Catskill Crown LLC, 288 Main Street, Pine Hill, New York, has requested that the town waive the 30-day notification required by the New York State Liquor Authority in an effort to expedite the granting of a liquor license to Catskill Crown LLC, 288 Main Street, Pine Hill, New York. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Shandaken does hereby grant the request of the Catskill Crown LLC, 288 Main Street, Pine Hill, New York, and does hereby waive the 30-day liquor license notice requirement to Catskill Crown LLC, 288 Main Street, Pine Hill, New York, 12465, and I move its adoption.
I'll second
Who's that address again? Board Member Alba? Board,
Yes.
Board Member DeSclafani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
that. Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Sanders?
Yes. The address was 42 Wallaby Way, City.
Resolution 7917, resolution for purchase of replacement police vehicle. Whereas the Town of Shandaken Police Department has a vehicle that is beyond contractual mileage and deemed unfit for service, and whereas the Town of Shandaken Police Chief has found a suitable replacement vehicle, and therefore be resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board approve the purchase of a 2017 Ford Utility Police Interceptor for the final price not to exceed $39,000, and I move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeSclafani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Sanders?
With that, we will go, I will say, we have open public comment period. I do have one issue that I have to address the board in executive session, so we'll do the open public comment, and then we'll go to executive session. There's nothing for us to make a decision on, it's just I have to update them on a legal matter. So, open public comment. Annie, she had her hand up first?
So this is the show and tell, you can pass those down. Those are pictures I took during Irene. Dear Rob and members of the town board, I speak as chairperson of the Phoenician Neighbors, a large group of residents on the street, plus a much larger number of deeply concerned residents throughout the town. We implore you to take action. Please encourage the CMRR to move their equipment to Kingston. We ask you to levy fines because of the following. The CMRR's permit to install tracks and ties was revoked, yet they continued to build tracks even after their permit was rescinded. The CMRR are illegally connected to county tracks. They move trains onto residential property at night without a permit. During this time, at planning board meetings, the CMRR grossly misled the planning board. They said they had no other place to store their trains. They said they only wanted a temporary permit and a little more time. A permit would permanently industrialize those residential properties. They claimed this during the time they were continuing to build tracks, during the time they were planning to move their trains on illegally. The CMRR has not acted in good faith to remove any of its violations, despite a notice of violation issued on February 24th, 17. Instead, they've written to the town saying they intended to stay. An acceptable alternative site for the storage of trains exists in Kingston, for which the CMR does have a permit. The trains are dangerously stored at the epicenter of where Irene did her worst damage, and those are only a few, I have dozens. This is frightening and unsafe for everyone who witnessed Irene and all of the several recent 100-year floods, including the extreme flooding in that area, specifically during recent sub-100-year floods, or whatever they're called. They're floods that aren't the 100-year. The town of Shandaken has been incurring increasing legal costs to deal with the CMR's actions to do whatever they want despite town and county laws. The town is now paying for 2 different town lawyers. And do we consider your time? The time involved in over a year of meetings involving 3 town boards, the town board, the planning board, and the zoning board of appeals. If the CMRR goes out of business or does not remove its trains as requested, the town could incur costs to clean up their property. Their